that they look like they've wasted a huge amount of money on these two individuals that overpromised and underdelivered.
Haunting off on his own, took a 15-day tour around the world to London, to New York.
Her history of being incredibly inconsistent and also rather toxic and manipulative.
To Lesotho in South Africa, and so on and so forth. 15 days, made 10 solo visits on his own.
Are in direct contrast to this image that she's trying to sell right now and align with her as ever brand.
People are now reporting that a marriage split, a separation might be imminent.
Markle, meet the truth. Truth, meet Meghan Markle.
Are rumors that this separate, working separately, seeing them independently, it's not only a professional.
I don't think you know each other. In fact, I fear that you're complete strangers.
Blueprint, but it could potentially be something more serious.
If they wanted to portray a picture of a marriage in crisis, they couldn't do much of a better job than what they're doing now.
Trust me, that day is coming for you, Harry. You will rewind all these memories about what your wife has done.
Moving to the United States and becoming really this villain who has gone out of his way to...
And you'll regret not doing something about it sooner. You're just in delusion.
terrorize a father with cancer.
Meghan, who screamed, "Don't leave me, don't leave me," and Harry, who actually has leaned.
There's been tension in the royal family before, but this time it feels different, more final. According to several sources within Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's inner circle, there's a division so deep that even time might not be able to fix it. These insiders claim that the ongoing fallout between Prince Harry and his older brother, Prince William, has reached a point where reconciliation might be completely off the table. The tension isn't just whispered behind closed doors anymore, it's becoming increasingly visible to the public. And what's more, it's not just a disagreement over opinions or past choices. This rift seems to have evolved into a fundamental break in trust, something that neither side appears ready to repair. Those closest to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are now speaking with a tone of finality, suggesting this isn't just a rough patch, but a permanent shift in family dynamics. This split isn't just affecting Harry and William, it's sending shockwaves throughout the entire monarchy, with major implications for how the royal family functions going forward. But what's at the center of this royal storm? It all comes back to pain, old wounds, public betrayals, and a history that's been aired out in ways no one in the palace expected. But if you think this is just a case of two brothers having a falling out, what comes next will show you just how personal and painful this has become for Prince William. Behind the palace gates, Prince William's silence is no longer being seen as diplomacy. It's being interpreted as deep and lasting resentment. While the public may see occasional smiles during royal engagements, sources close to the monarchy say William is still deeply hurt by what he perceives as Harry's betrayal. The damage, insiders claim, stems not only from the infamous 2020 royal exit, but from everything that followed. Harry's memoir, explosive interviews, and Netflix appearances didn't just expose family secrets, they reopened wounds that William had hoped to leave in the past. What stings the most, according to those in the know, is that William feels misrepresented and publicly attacked, all while being expected to remain composed under the scrutiny of the global spotlight. And although he hasn't spoken publicly about it, his actions speak volumes. Refusing to engage in reconciliation talks, maintaining distance during public events, and declining to acknowledge joint efforts toward peace all point to one conclusion: William isn't ready to forgive, and he might never be. The sense of betrayal runs deep, especially because their bond once symbolized the unity of a new royal era. Now, that image has completely shattered. What was once a partnership between brothers standing side by side has been replaced by silence and a growing wall between them that keeps getting taller with every passing year. But while Prince William has drawn a firm line, someone else inside the palace is quietly working behind the scenes to bring Harry back into the royal fold, and his efforts may be more serious than anyone expected. While Prince William holds his ground in silence, King Charles III appears to be quietly moving in the opposite direction. In a development that stunned even seasoned royal watchers, reports have surfaced of a discreet and informal meeting that took place on July 9th at the Royal Overseas League. a private London club known for hosting high-profile figures. Sources say this gathering wasn't just a routine administrative event. It marked a rare and deliberate effort by the king to re-establish contact with his youngest son. Despite undergoing cancer treatment and managing the demands of monarchy, King Charles is reportedly making space in his schedule to pursue a path toward peace. Those close to the royal family suggest that Charles has never stopped caring for both of his sons and believes there's still time to repair the bond. The king's willingness to reconnect with Harry, even amid health challenges, paints a picture of a father determined to mend what's broken. But what stood out most about this secretive meeting wasn't just who was there, it was who wasn't. The complete absence of any representatives from Prince William's camp raised eyebrows and fueled speculation that the future king wants no part in these reconciliation efforts. That kind of absence isn't an oversight, it's a message, and it's one the palace can't easily downplay. This wasn't a family reunion, it was a one-sided gesture, and now people are asking, if the king is reaching out, why is William so adamantly staying away? But it gets even more telling when you learn just how calculated William and Kate's absence from this meeting really was, and what that silence says about their feelings toward Harry and Meghan. While King Charles took a bold step toward reconciliation, the Prince and Princess of Wales made an even bolder statement by staying away. Reports from Kensington insiders confirmed that neither William nor Kate sent a representative to the secret July 9th meeting, despite knowing about it in advance. And according to those familiar with royal protocol, that's not something that happens by accident. In a world where appearances are everything, an empty chair at the table says more than any public statement ever could. Behind the scenes, it's been suggested that William's decision to abstain wasn't out of scheduling conflicts or diplomatic caution. It was a deliberate move to distance himself from any negotiation involving Harry and especially Meghan. Some royal watchers even believe William has drawn a hard line, refusing to participate in any reconciliation talks that include his brother's wife. The speculation is that he sees her influence as central to the family's fallout and doesn't trust the dynamics she brings into the equation. This perception has only been fueled by years of public tension, starting with interviews that seemed to target palace staff and culminating in Harry's memoir, which painted William in a deeply unflattering light. To William and Kate, this isn't just a family feud, it's a boundary that can't be crossed. Their silence, their refusal to engage, and their lack of presence at critical discussions are their response. They're speaking loudly without saying a word, and the palace knows it. But this royal Cold War isn't just affecting personal relationships, it's shaking the foundation of the monarchy itself, and the consequences are becoming harder to ignore. What started as a personal rift between brothers has spiraled into something far more destabilizing, an internal divide threatening the unity and image of the British monarchy itself. Royal experts and insiders are now raising alarm bells, warning that this ongoing fracture between Prince William and Prince Harry is more than just a private matter. It's become a public spectacle with global implications. As the royal family works to modernize its image in an ever-changing world, this unresolved feud is casting a long shadow over every step forward. Public trust is wavering, media narratives are growing more divided, and royal engagements are constantly overshadowed by questions of whether the family is truly united. Every time William and Harry appear at separate events without acknowledgement of one another, it reinforces the idea that this isn't just a pause in communication, it's a complete disconnection. And what complicates matters further is that their fallout comes at a time when the monarchy is trying to re-establish stability under King Charles's reign. With his health under constant scrutiny, the public is watching closely for signs of strength and unity. But the ongoing silence between his sons speaks to a deeper instability that's hard to ignore. From internal staff to public commentators, the message is clear. The longer this feud continues, the more it erodes the image of a royal family bound by tradition, honor, and unity. The world is watching, and the cracks are starting to show. Yet through all this turmoil, one figure continues to quietly pursue peace, determined to bring his family back together, even if it means doing it alone. Amid the noise, bitterness, and silence surrounding his sons, King Charles III has taken on the burden of peacemaker, a role that few expected him to embrace so persistently. Sources close to the monarch say that even as he undergoes cancer treatment and balances the weight of the crown, his deepest personal mission remains crystal clear: to heal the fractured relationship between Prince Harry and Prince William. Behind the scenes, Charles has reportedly initiated back-channel conversations and low-profile meetings in the hopes of softening the icy tension that has defined his son's relationship since 2020. While his efforts haven't resulted in any major breakthroughs, insiders say the king's determination is unwavering. It's not just about restoring family harmony, it's about legacy. Charles knows that a divided royal family weakens the very institution he now leads. And as someone who waited decades to wear the crown, he seems painfully aware that time may not be on his side. Still, his willingness to meet Harry quietly, even amid personal health challenges, shows just how much he's willing to risk for the possibility of peace. Unlike William, who appears to be setting firm emotional boundaries, Charles remains open. He's even been described by one source as the last bridge between the brothers. But how long can he hold that role if both sides refuse to budge? And what happens to that bridge if William never steps foot on it? To understand how this family broke apart so drastically, we need to rewind to where it all began, when Harry and Meghan made the decision that would change royal history forever. The seeds of the current royal fracture were planted in early 2020 when Prince Harry and Meghan Markle made their now infamous decision to step back from royal duties, a move that sent shockwaves through Buckingham Palace and headlines around the globe. Dubbed Megxit by the press, the couple's departure wasn't just a bold move for personal freedom. It was seen by many inside the institution as a direct challenge to centuries of royal tradition. At the heart of the storm was a growing sense that Harry no longer felt protected or supported by the family he was born into. According to multiple reports at the time, William had serious reservations about the speed of Harry's relationship with Meghan, and those concerns allegedly created the first cracks between the brothers. Fast forward to their exit from the UK. The multi-million-dollar media deals and a string of interviews that exposed private grievances, the damage only deepened. For Prince William, those public disclosures weren't just personal betrayals. They were acts of disloyalty to the very institution he's expected to lead. The situation escalated when Harry released his memoir, revealing painful anecdotes that painted William in a cold, sometimes aggressive light. Every revelation widened the gap, turning what could have been a temporary distance into what now feels like permanent estrangement. The divide between duty and emotion, between personal truth and public image, has never been more pronounced in modern royal history. And despite occasional public appearances that hint at civility, insiders insist the tension behind the scenes has only grown thicker with time. Now, with the royal family's image hanging in the balance and the world watching closely, the question remains: can anything truly bring this family back together? Or has the damage already gone too far? The story of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's departure, the pain left behind, and the growing chasm with Prince William isn't just a tale of family turmoil, it's a saga of pride, power, and deep emotional scars that refuse to heal. As King Charles quietly tries to pull the pieces back together, his efforts are met with icy resistance from the very heir who will one day inherit the throne. William's silence has become his strongest message, a refusal to forgive what he believes was an unforgivable betrayal. Meanwhile, Harry and Meghan remain physically and emotionally distant from the royal establishment, building a new life while the echoes of the past continue to haunt them. Every missed meeting, every sidestepped invitation, and every icy glance at public events only reinforces the painful reality. This isn't just a temporary rift, it may be a permanent split, one that no crown, no title, and no gesture of goodwill can undo. What began as a disagreement over roles has become a public fracture that risks redefining the future of the monarchy itself. And unless something drastic changes, history may look back at this moment not as a family healing from conflict, but as the moment the royal brothers went their separate ways for good. Because in the end, if even royalty can't mend a broken bond, what hope is there for reconciliation when pride stands in the way? And more importantly, what happens to a kingdom when its future heirs no longer speak?